I was working at post exchanging, that the Tokyo, Japan. Then I met this guy, want to know everything about, that my life experience. So I told her thing about, I was practicing Buddhism and chanting Daimoku, everything. If you chant go home to receive go home to chant Nami Honkyo sincerely, you overcome your problem. You could change the poison to medicine. They said, oh. He said he want to get those whatever it is in Gohonzo. Well, he received the Gohonzo start, but he don't know how to. I'm sure he could read about it, So I helped him quite a bit. So I bring his house, show how to do Gongyo and Daimoku, attend the meeting. So he think he's too much work. He said, but but he was bad drinking and something. That was that kind of his that. Life was. So, but this is something else, and he was looking for a long time, but nobody gonna tell him those experiences. So he come down here, attend the meeting, something. He bring he go AA meeting, bring from AA people from here to Shakuboku. You did a lot of things, but then he understand that he studied a lot of things. He understands this Buddhism deeply. So he tried to chant it. 65 years old, that I married my husband. So I use my piggy bank on my little girls, they piggy bank, put the 75% together penny, they take 75% penny, take Gohonzo. But I can shrine that because my husband, that job was, that social security job. He did that time. This organization was communism. I had a meeting on a city meeting on Oriental someplace. Somebody took pictures for me. The picture I took went to his office. Taiko Johnson, Damaris Johnson, the wife, was practicing Buddhism. They find out, I think his position of, we have to come back to America. They don't like it because the wife is practicing belongs to the, in that communism organization. You believe it? That's what he left his positions. They come to the United States. We built a little small house up there. Then we had little meeting, The house getting so small. So he said, you need a bigger house, because a lot of members come in here, try to, sit down and comfortable. So he found this house. See, if you chant sincerely, you can change poison to medicine. I know that. I find that. That's real truth. He said, if I die, you have to use the Social Security to pay this house. That if you do that, you don't have no food to eat. He said, then we start really chanting together. We gotta do something to pay off this. Otherwise, he can die, right? You know what? His sister lived in Indiana. She was a real rich woman, real estate. She passed away. Then two brothers, he had, divided money. Money come into this house. The brother, sister's money, pay off this house. Oh, I'm telling you. And then, it's myoho is happen, make it happen. If you really sincere to pray Gohonzo, it's happen. It's happened to me. Yeah. You poison life, you could change the medicine, but because make sure you chant the sincere Gohonzo, tree practice very very important. You have to study it too. Tree practice do sincerely, see you gonna get the benefit. You poison, change the medicine. That's my experience.
I started this practice in 1963.
Oh.
March. He is this, service guy, That's why we married to come down to the United States. And he introduced, his friend. So I visited, her place, and she have this Gohonzo. And she told me this Gohonzo, this power is. But I say, I look at them first time, only this, piece, this paper, how to this, working. Oh, she said, just, I said, Nam-myoho Renge Kyo, and, she said, Nam-myoho Renge. Each time I go her place, she talk about, Nam-myoho Renge Kyo. One time, I went to this, discussion meeting. Anybody said, wow, some kind of, so this energy. I don't have it, energy like that. I said, how to they can get this kind of energy? You know, I look at it and say, anybody talk about it, so much, and they say, you join? I don't like, okay, I join it. Sometimes I go meeting and then I join down there. The district chief, she said that Abilene is a small town. That's why we have to do shack work this, Baltimore. So that time we are this YWCA, we are rented over there too. Night time, we have to pass the newspaper, bring a guest to there. A lot of people jump. And I can't. Daimoku de, poor. We cannot speak good English, but, somehow people come, they join. The police, bottom starting, they grow, and chanting, you have to be one. Just, how you, gray, everything, but only, what kind of problem, you have to be, more chanting, too. Somehow go on and give your brain something to make it working like that. That's it. Go on and power is really great. I recognize it right there. That's it. Yeah. Go on is really help human, individual. That's it.
I was in the Army. I had just completed basic training, and I was stationed at Aberdeen Proving Ground. I went with like 3 or 4 guys that my barracks. We all went out on post to see the site at Aberdeen, and 3 Japanese ladies came running up, waving newspapers, going, "Come to meeting, come to meeting!" And one of them came up to me and looked up and said, "Come discuss philosophy of life," which sounded pretty good to me, Decided that night that I was going to become a Buddhist, and I had explored many different religions and all the different sects of Christianity, and this was the only thing I found that seemed to agree with my view of life in the first place. And then that's when I started practicing. It wasn't just Nam-myoho Renge-kyo and the Lotus Sutra and Nichiren that I was introduced to at the time. I was also introduced to President Keita, the life of President Keita. Since the only books we really had were written by either President Keita, there's one translation of one of President Toda's lectures that I laid my hands on. But the World Tribune and the then Seikyo Times, had information about President Keita. I didn't see any hope anywhere else. As far as I was concerned, there was no choice. My choice was to practice Buddhism and follow President Keita. And because of that, I've kind of stuck around. But each person needs to feel a strong sense of responsibility for Kozen Rufu. It's not just President Keita's battle. President Keita is 85 years old. It's each one of our battle. And each person has to take responsibility for their own actions and their own happiness, with this whole idea of the happiness of all humankind, and as underlying everything that you do. When you're young, you need to really study hard to do well in school, so that you can put yourself into a position in society to make a difference. Of course, whatever we do in society, if we're just working as a janitor or whatever, our resolve needs to be to make a difference where we are. So the only way to accomplish any real change in the world is through Shakubuku, through person to person, to helping each individual person gain something and change their own lives, take responsibility for their own lives and their own actions. So we need to become that kind of person, do as I do. That's President Keita. He's never said anything more than do as I do. He's never asked us to do anything that he didn't do. And it's not still do. But I think that sense of personal responsibility, in your own life in your own practice and not waiting for someone else to do it, but rather taking the responsibility yourself is the real meaning of March 16th, is, as far as I can tell.